Deputy Liberal Leader Ted O'Brien and Chief Political Correspondent for The Age and SMH, Paul Sakal. Good morning to you both. Teddy, let's start with you. Before we get into the week to come, I just wanted to ask you where you've been. It feels like we barely heard peep from you these past couple of turbulent days in the coalition.
Sarah, look, I've missed you too. But we're chatting today, and I look forward to saying a fair bit during this week, especially now that only yesterday we settled our policy on climate and energy, and so my colleagues and I are really looking forward to the week ahead.
Did you abandon your leader though, Teddy? I mean, you are her deputy and you've flipped on your position on net zero. What's going on?
No, look, I think what Susan led through the party room was a very open discussion, and the Liberal Party's like that. People can speak from the heart, and ultimately the majority comes to a conclusion, and that's what took place here. And I think the settlement we came to was the right one. At the end of the day, the idea of net zero by 2050 is a big fat lie of the Labor Party. They're prepared to bankrupt the country to get there. And we've taken the decision to oppose it absolutely.
Did you sell out, Ted?
Well, I think the only one who's selling out is Anthony Albanese, Chris Bowen and Jim Chalmers by continuing this facade that they're going to achieve net zero by 2050, Sarah. You know, I can't find anyone bar the Labor Party who actually believes they're going to get there.
Well, you did for a little period.
But they're spending. No, I've never supported Labor's approach. They will not get there. They pretend they will, but they just spend money. It's their sort of pretend and spend strategy, and Australians deserve better, and the coalition has come to a very firm, definitive position. Okay. We will oppose it.
It was
There's
coalition
a better way
policy
to reduce
for
emissions.
many years, 2050.
It was indeed, Paul, and Labor is now in government. As the years go by, they have worsened the situation. And Paul, you're right, it was our policy for a period of time. We reduced emissions, we got prices down. Under Labor, prices are going up and they can't even get emissions down. The clock is ticking. The country is getting poorer and weaker, and we're taking a stand and we're proud of it.
Paul, does this, do you reckon, from your perspective, have legs long term? I mean, it's already annoyed a lot of the Liberal leaders in the States too.
I think there is an opportunity for the Liberals, if they get their house in order, to, as Ted says, prosecute Labor on this issue. But I think the difference, there's some Liberals who are talking about the carbon tax campaign of Tony Abbott and comparing this one to that. I think the difference with the carbon tax was there was an obvious singular point, policy point, that Tony Abbott was able to talk about every day that had a hip pocket conception around it. Net zero is not something many people understand as something that's directly affecting their daily habits. So if the coalition's able to make that case, possibly, but it's a pretty tough sell when you can't convince people that the end point you're getting to is a green future that's in line with majority opinion.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. There's probably a bit of fatigue out there as well. But it is interesting. I'm sort of watching this bouncing ball. It seems the Liberals are obviously following the Nationals. You're also matching their dress codes too. This image of Susan Lee and David Littleproud. Spot the difference. I mean, talk about a united front, Teddy. You're matching each other as well. You're consulting on wardrobe choices now.
Oh, look, I've always wanted to look like a National Party person, Sarah, so who knows? But well, no, look, at the end of the day, we're a united coalition, if that's what you're getting at, absolutely. I'm not sure about wearing the same school uniform, but we are a united coalition.
Well, you're certainly looking a lot like the Nats. You're even following their immigration policy now. That's your next thing.
Well, there's no doubt that certainly we've got to get immigration right, because under the Albanese government, it's been out of control. I think Australians know that. You know, Australians are stuck in traffic this morning as they go to work, they go to school. Why? Well, this government has let go of the immigration policy. I mean, you don't bring in over 1 million people in a 2-year stint and then think that it's not going to have an impact on housing, on transport, all of these things. And only the coalition has historically gotten immigration right, and we'll do it again, Sarah.
Paul, immigration was, of course, the catalyst for Andrew Hastie quitting the coalition front bench so that he could speak more liberally about it. He's slowly, though, it seems, making his way back into the fold. A number of Liberal moderates reportedly backing him to be the party's next leader. What do you make of that?
Yeah, there are mixed views inside the moderates on who they would back on the right. Obviously, the two candidates are Angus Taylor or Andrew Hastie. Hastie has made a number of really sharp, sometimes insensitive comments on abortion, immigration, which have upset some moderates. But there is a lot of antipathy towards Angus Taylor, particularly among New South Wales moderates, who control about 5 or 6 key votes. So it'll be an interesting contest to see which moderates start cleaving towards either Taylor or Hastie. But there's another kind of dark horse in the race who doesn't get that much attention, who might be on screen at the moment.
Well, Teddy, I mean, the polls aren't looking good. Is it your time?
Well, I didn't know Paul was announcing his running today, but Paul, congratulations on making the decision.
Good pivot.
You do have to become a member of Parliament first and a member of the Liberal Party.
Have you got a seat for me?
Oh, Paul, come on, you're more valuable in the media.
Well, mate,
don't you do that.
But Ted, that was a non-answer.
It was a non-answer, a very obvious non-answer, Ted.
No, well, let me give you let me give you an answer. We have a leader. Her name is Susan Lee. She has my support. She'll take us to the next election.
All right. Well, look, the other contender, of course, is Angus Taylor. On the weekend, he confessed that his favourite movie is The Devil Wears Prada, which I thought was a little bit odd. He said apparently that fashion and politics is otherwise very well aligned. I wasn't quite sure. But, Teddy, as the potential next leader of the Liberal Party, what is your favourite movie?
Well, look, I'm split, to be honest. Good Will Hunting or The Blues Brothers. Somewhere in between those two, I think.
I think that says a lot, Paul. What do you reckon?
Well, I note on The Devil Wears Prada that there's a sequel coming out in May next year. So I wonder if Angus Taylor's created a bit of forward sizzle to time his run for the sequel. My favourite movie, though, I wanted to pick one that fits the theme, is There Will Be Blood, and there definitely will be blood.
There will be blood, as predicted here on the Today Show by Paul Sakal. Guys, Teddy, thank you so much for joining us both this morning. I really appreciate it.